All right, guys, I want to make a quick video today. Thanks for tuning in to today's rundown. So I just want to talk about a few things that's going on in the media. So Ray J, he is a live streamer, I guess. So Ray J has been amping up this little story about uh, he's been trying to get into a live streaming game for a while. This is right after Soulja Boy did his little antics trying to get into live streaming. And I guess everybody sees how live streaming has been a platform, how successful it is. And just like the podcast wave, when all these famous artists and musicians jumped into this podcast game and then messed that up, now they're going to go into a live stream game and mess that up as well. So the reason I say that is because they're known to sign big deals and then not do any work as soon as they get the money. And this is the same thing that happened with the podcast game. They get a big contract. They started incorporating seasons into the podcast game. With podcasts, there were no seasons. There were just episodes every Tuesday and Thursday, or Monday and Wednesday, or Monday through Friday. And then they would take vacations, announce it prior to, and say, hey, we're not gonna record episodes this week. We're going away. We're gonna play reruns, something like that. And then as soon as these big musicians and influencers signed some deals, then all of a sudden there were seasons, and they would do 10 episodes and then disappear and take these big checks. And then guess what? Those 10 episodes didn't build a stable fan base. People tuned into the first episode, and then maybe they tuned into the second, and then it would drop off huge, and these podcast deals dried up. So, and this is not just musicians. The Obama signed a deal. Famous cooks, all different genres. They signed deals, but these big guys signed up and then didn't follow through. And this is what's happening now with streaming. They want to jump in on the streaming wave. They don't understand the culture. They're not tuning in. They're tapping in on a very aggressive way because they're famous. They want to get preferential treatment and get in. And they feel like they really don't want to learn about the streaming culture and learn how to build the momentum to get a loyal fan base to follow you around on your streams and all of that. So Ray J being one of those people, he's on there. Or recently, I saw Lil Wayne's daughter, Reginae Carter. She's on there. She had like 100 people watching. 2 comments. So why do I say this? Botting. Don't do the bots. People that do live stream, people that are interested in doing live stream, do not do the bots. It is banned on Twitch. It can get your channel banned. As soon as they figure out that you're botting, they're gonna ban you. And as soon as one of the users notice that you're botting, if you share your screen and there's like an extension up there or something like that, they catch on to that, which has been known to happen with other people, with other streamers. They're gonna report you. You're gonna get banned. You can dispute it, of course. You can say you didn't know, but listen, it's against the terms and conditions. So you have that. Now, I want to talk about streaming a little bit because now everyone that's putting up content, they're not focusing on one platform. So what they're doing is you're live streaming content. And then because you have all these programs now that you can live stream on all the platforms, you're diluting your audience. You're saying, hey, I'm grabbing the people that just use YouTube. They're going to watch my live stream. People that use Twitch, they're going to watch my live stream. And then now they're integrating Kick into it. They're trying to bring Kick into it, and everybody's trying to stream on every platform at the same time. Now, not a lot of Twitch streamers are streaming on Kick. They're not streaming, and people that are on Kick, they tend to stream on Twitch, but not as much, and it's vice versa. Nobody's streaming on Twitch and Kick at the same time. It's very rare, and I believe it is because stuff that's allowed to be done on Kick is not allowed to be done on Twitch. So you might get a little too comfortable, say some things that you can't say, and then Twitch is going to flag your page and suspend you and all of that. So if you want to build a fan base, I believe you should stick to one platform, grow on that. I understand it's a money play for certain people, so they're streaming on multiple platforms so they can get multiple checks from every platform. And I think this is a bad idea. I feel like you need to grow your fan base. The tried and true way is post on TikTok. Make big long form live stream, record that, chop it up, put it on TikTok. People from TikTok will flood back to your Twitch or to your Kick, and then you'll get them that way. YouTube, they're trying to push the live streaming thing. It doesn't seem to be working. It works to a certain extent to people with huge numbers, but for like a new person signing up to YouTube and just doing live streams, it's not picking up the viewership because people aren't going to YouTube to go to the live streaming channel, to the live streaming tab to just look at live streams. They're not doing that. When you go to Twitch and you go to Kick, you know what you're going there for. So you're going there and you're viewing live streams. That's all that it is on there. So I think it's a bad idea focusing on YouTube. I feel like you should make your content on Twitch, on Kick, record long form, chop it up, put it up on shorts on YouTube, put it up on shorts on Twitch. Maybe you have a clips channel on YouTube. just dedicate that channel to short clips, then have a full length channel and put the full stream on YouTube on the separate channel, and then put all the clips on TikTok. That's what I feel you should do if you're doing live streaming. But yeah, with this Ray J thing jumping in, let me tell you sorry what's going on with Ray J right now. If you don't know, Ray J is a musician. He made a lot of music. He has also been on TV, reality TV shows. He had his own reality show, Looking for Love. He was on Love and Hip Hop for multiple years. He's based out of LA, has a lot of connections out of LA. He's been in music since he's been like 10 years old, acting. He's the younger brother of the singer, Brandy. So with Ray J, he's jumping into the streaming game. So what he wants to do is he wants to create some controversy to get his name out there again. I mean, his name is always out there here and there with the older demographic, but he's trying to get his name out there with the streaming platform world. So what did he do? He put out a fake post saying that he was on a plane with Sexy Red and that they did some sexual stuff. Now she said, "Why are you lying on your D? Why are you posting that?" And then he said, "Oh, I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna clean it up." So she took the screenshots, put that up, and posted. Now, why is this interesting? This is just him lying. His D is going out there. She's responding because if you listen to the Joe Budden podcast, Joe Budden says that a few weeks ago, Ray J had hit him up to try to get in contact with him to say, "Hey, let's build up a fake storyline and build up some buzz." And now Joe Budden is thinking, hey, he talked about it on the show saying, "I think this whole Sexy Red thing is that play," because Joe Budden turned it down. I feel like Ray J is reaching out to people, setting up false narratives and false storylines to get both their names back in the press and do this little, "Hey, I'm going to post this crazy thing. You're going to respond, but it's all good because it's coordinated." And I think that's what it is. And it could work. It could work because people aren't tuned into the behind the scenes stuff. And this is a good idea. This is a good way to get out there. But I don't know. They say negativity does sell, but there's just one way that these big brands and these big people were going to get into the streaming world. They're going to do storylines like this, and they're going to mess the whole streaming game up. They're going to start bending rules. They're going to start asking about money, signing contracts, and not fulfilling, not going live enough, and they're going to ruin the whole game. They're going to turn people off. So people that are into the live streaming world, stay strong. There's just a wave, and it's going to pass. Stay true to the people that you follow, and don't get caught up in this mess, because I feel there's a huge wave coming of these musicians and artists that are going to jump on the live streaming game, and they're going to mess it up. And I feel like if they don't do it correctly, it's going to ruin their brand as well, on top of messing up live streaming. But I just want to make a quick video on live streaming and talk about that real quick. And there's going to be more videos coming soon, so subscribe to the channel, follow, like, and subscribe. And thanks for watching today's rundown. My name is Seymour. Bye.